Zimbabwe's finance minister says the country is confident it will be able to clear arrears due to the World Bank and the African Development Bank this year. The country owes about $1.8 billion to the two institutions, and it has been locked out of international credit markets for default for decades. The country's foreign minister reaffirmed plans to clear those arrears. The country's deputy central bank governor is on record saying authorities are confident they will clear all arrears by September, in line with a plan presented to creditors in 2015. In the meantime, as voters in Zimbabwe prepare for summer elections, Foreign Minister Subusiso Moyo has promised the country is both, quote, open for business and democracy. He told an audience in London Zanu-PF government would deliver a credible election and turn around Zimbabwe's struggling economy. Richard Bestic reports from the Royal Institute of International Affairs at Chatham House.
For Zimbabwe's 4.5 million voters, these have been hard times. Currency collapsed and the country's infrastructure struggles. The task of persuading the world easier times might be returning fell to Zimbabwe's foreign minister, who said the country's committed to clearing its $1.8 billion international debts.
Instead of donations and aid, let us co-create prosperity as we make it easier for countries to pursue their commercial and other interests without hindrance.
Mining may be a beneficiary of the new political climate, as under pressure, the Zimbabwe government plans to drop an insistence that mining companies list on the local stock exchange. Mining lobbyists feared the local exchange wouldn't have access to sufficient levels of funding. Last week, Zimbabwe marked its first Independence Day in nearly 4 decades without Robert Mugabe in power. However, no change to one of the former leader's most controversial policy, the confiscation of white-owned farms.
Land reform, though, is irreversible and accomplished. But while recognizing that land reform has indeed been concluded and is indeed irreversible, we are committed to unlearning the wrongs that have had a chilling effect on investment particularly.
However, a political thaw is underway, according to the foreign minister. Zimbabwe open for business and democracy. While on the streets outside, a small gathering of Zimbabwean expats claimed international investment would only line the pockets of the powerful.
The Zimbabwe government are looters. It's all for their own benefit. It's not for the nation or the people of Zimbabwe. They use the funds themselves.
For Zimbabwe, it's a long and winding road back to full membership of the international community. The first big test, of course, those presidential elections this summer. Richard Bestic, CGTN, Chatham House, London.